Whether you're watching, reading or listening, welcome back to the Runpreneur vlog. We're on a mission to raise £1 million for children's charities by run vlogging on consecutive days the distance of one lap around the world. It is a staggering 40,075 kilometres. It's going to take somewhere in the region of 11 years to accomplish, so plenty of time to raise the money, and I'm even going to do it barefoot style. So I'll commit to running whilst vlogging 5 kilometres every single day. And today's topic is my weekly update on my journey as a serial entrepreneur. So as always, please support the challenge by giving it a subscribe, a like and a share, and let's get started. So it is a lovely morning, not going to lie. It's about 13-14 degrees, not too breezy. It's not raining. It rained a lot yesterday, and it is Saturday summary today, where we give you the weekly update on my journey as a serial entrepreneur. So as always, I'll talk you through each of my businesses, what's happened this week, the highlights, the lowlights, and we'll try and assess whether it's been a good, a bad or average week. So we'll start with the property trading business, which is Property Empire Investments, and this week has been a positive week. The reason it's been positive is that our partners in the Property Empire Partnership Programme have started to produce some good numbers in terms of sourcing deals. We've already got, I think, 26 pre-sold deals, which is amazing, and we've got pipeline is currently sitting around 60 deals at the moment that are either approved or pending approval. So we've got 10 that are approved at the moment, which is amazing. So some of these we'll keep for ourselves as a business, into the holdings company, and the others we'll sell onto our pre-sold investor list. Now the pre-sold investor list, they've all paid £500 plus VAT, and you know, the sourcing fee in total is £2,500. So there's another £2,000 plus VAT to come for each of the deals we sell. So there's a considerable amount of money there that we've secured, like 52 grand plus VAT in revenue there, which is pre-sold. So I suppose the moral of the story here is obviously we've got to work hard to make sure that we deliver on the pre-sold deals, but it's far easier sourcing to a pre-sold sale rather than sourcing, getting the deal and then struggling to sell it or being up to sell it before you lose the deal. So it's a much better model. These are rent-to-rent deals. I think we have one acquisition deal that's going through as well. Rent-to-rent deals are far easier, they're far quicker, less things that can go wrong. So we've put a lot of focus on the rent-to-rent market at the moment, and it's lower cost of entry, yet you can get, you know, crazy return on investments. I mean, we're talking 70% plus for the bad deals. So yeah, overall it's been a positive week in the trading business. To get that many approvals through, it's been a long slug getting the approvals through within an acceptable timeline, and we're also working on the systems behind the scenes as we switch over from an acquisition model to a rent-to-rent, and I've got one of my team members working on that with me, who's an absolute master at systems and processes and mapping things out, which allows me the kind of flexibility to work on multiple things rather than having to focus purely on the systems and processes of that business. So yeah, positive week overall. The next business is the Property Empire Builder, which is where we host our 2 Squared Academy. Now, this is our product for prospects or low entry academy, £50 a month. You get 14 days for £1, and we did a webinar this week where we took on another 20 new subscribers, so that's always good. We had a few issues with the technicalities on the webinar, but we've done 3 of these now, and we're starting to get better and better and better and understand the data behind them, what's working, what's not working. So, you know, 20 additional subscribers is a great achievement. If we keep doing this every month or 2, then it's going to be a very nice business moving forward, helping the younger generations understand how they can get involved into property with little money and how they can replace their income within 12 months. And added to that it feeds our partnership program, which is a free program whereby we work with people independently to bring us deals and for us to sell deals on their behalf, and they get commissions, so we can try and really work with them to get that volume and ensure that we help them, give them bespoke training to get them to that level where they can replace their income. It's completely free, but obviously they're sourcing for us, so we're generating income as a business, but we're training them for free and helping them and allow them to take deals themselves, etc. So it's a mutually beneficial partnership, and that, by being in the academy, that opens the doors for people to apply to be part of the partnership program. We've only got space for 30 people. I think we've got 22 or 23 enrolled on that program so far. So there's a handful of places left, and we expect those to go this week. So really cool. We've got a training event coming up this week as well, where we're going to spend a whole day with the guys and do a lot of work on cold calling, so that they can obviously start calling agents, calling landlords, calling vendors, trying to secure these deals more effectively, and work as a unit, trying to overcome obstacles. So that's to look forward to this week, and again we're covering the cost of all that to try and give everyone optimum chance of making significant income from working with us. So that's super cool and exciting. So the webinar was an interesting one. We managed to get a staggering about 740 registrations. Frustratingly, when he got, I think, 90 odd that actually attended the webinar. So our registration processes, we're nailing it. I think we had a lot of global registrations this month, and what we're trying to do is trying to get SMS messaging out, or WhatsApp messaging, to enable the reminders to go out at the right time so that the people can join. Now, the issue we've had is that we can only send SMS messages out through the software using Burst SMS to UK mobile numbers, so we're going to look to rectify that to be able to send SMS out on a global scale, or certainly via WhatsApp for the next webinar. So we only managed to send out 140 messages, and a significant proportion of the attendees were from the UK. So the data suggests, we'll just get past this person and then I'll carry on. 1 second. Morning. The data suggests that we're getting 15% of people attending the webinar from registration, and that's on the basis that that's only if they're getting a reminder through email, and SMS is up at kind of 70% attendance. So clearly the messaging system, you get a much greater attendance. So what we want to tweak for next time is to ensure that the SMSs go out to everybody who's registered rather than just a UK based one. So interestingly, 600 or so of our registrations came from overseas. So clearly there's a lot of people on a global scale who want access to be able to get into the property market in whatever capacity and start building a career for themselves in the industry. So we'll be looking at that and how we can serve the needs of the global audience on a more frequent basis moving forward. So lots of opportunities. We also want to make sure that the follow-up that's going out now is performing, so we're going to be assessing the number of sales we get from the follow-up, and if that's not performing, we need to look into that and understand why. But we've identified areas we need to improve on for the next webinar, which will probably be early in August. So pretty exciting stuff. Next business, my property business. We've had a bit of a restructure, and one of my business partners, Roy, is leading that business now, and he's taken a new member of staff into the business with him. As Claire, who's worked with me a long time, we're looking to remove her from that business and then more into the building up, ready for launching the social media agency in the autumn, which is another big focus that we're starting to look at now. She's also heavily involved in the Runpreneur challenge and the marketing behind the scenes for that as well. So there's a lot of work behind the scenes that go working on the roles, responsibilities and systems to make sure that transition is as seamless as possible. But overall, it's been pretty solid. We've had a couple of move-ins this week, so we always have people moving out and moving in, but we're slowly creeping up on our occupancy and paying occupancy rates. I think at the moment we're somewhere in the low 90s for occupancy and the mid 80s for paying occupancy, which is okay, but we should be kind of 95% occupancy plus, and we should be at a low 90% for paying occupancy, which we're aiming to be certainly by the back end of summer. So lots of focus on there, but overall pretty solid. I generally find the property business just ticks over. It's been such a stable business for so long, which is always a good sign. We just need to tweak and iterate and improve a few things to make it a very nice little business. The block of flats, doing well. Got government-backed guaranteed leases on those, so again, regular income every month without any form of hassle. We get just over £4,000 a month on that block, and the mortgage payments are about 1,600 quid. So it's decent cash flow on that block coming in every month, and no hassle whatsoever. So government-backed guaranteed leases are the way forward, in my opinion. In property, property holdings business, we've got an assisted sale and a flip project going on at the moment. We also have a rent-to-rent deal, which we're packaging up to possibly sell it on as well, because we've got so much stock coming through the Property Empire investments that we're looking to keep ones that really meet our criteria and stay within localised areas. Everything else we're looking to sell on. So one of the rent-to-rent deals we're looking to sell on. We're trying to get a government-backed lease on that so we can pass that one on, which would be cool. And we've also got, like I say, 10 deals that have been approved. Maybe half of those will come into holdings, which will give us a tidy income of somewhere in the region of maybe £3,500 a month clear every month for those 5 properties, which is pretty solid in my book for 10 years with no kind of disbursements or deductions. So that's super exciting for the holdings business. And then it's on to the Runpreneur challenge as we gear up for launch. My mentor Rob Moore is coming for a 5k run with me on the 1st of July, and then we're publishing that on the 2nd of July on the official launch. So we're gearing up to that. We've approached all the charities. We've got a lot of engagement from 5 of the 6 charities. BBC Children in Need is a very tricky one to get hold of. It seems that they seem to have a very seasonal approach, so it's difficult finding the right person. So a bit more work to be done on that business, on that charity. But the others are all engaged with what we're doing, supporting it, and excited to get started. So there's going to be really cool charity-based projects that we're getting involved in as part of the challenge over the course of the coming months, especially as the COVID roadmap is we actually meet the kind of exit of lockdown, official lockdown, and that will be it'll open the door to a lot of collaborative approach, collaborative projects that we can work on. So really excited about that, but there's a huge amount of pressure with the launch to try and generate enough income to begin with. So we've got loads of things we're going to do. I'm going to have to do personalised video messages to many people in my network to try and get them on subscription donations to begin with. We're approaching some key brands and companies that we work with. We're going to try and get sponsorship from places like Vibram, who the footwear I wear, Body Glide, the anti-chafing, kind of deodorant stick side of things that I use to kind of provide anti-chafe barrier, which is really, really important for running. So there's lots of publicity and PR companies and stuff that we're approaching, trying to get some. We're engaging with running groups. There's a whole host of things that's going on with the challenge at the moment. We're also looking at revamping the whole of the blog to possibly change the niche, make it more targeted, so that it's more aligned with the challenge. So it might be geared more towards running, but we'll see. So lots of things going on with the Runpreneur challenge, which I'm really excited about. Claire, who's got a huge passion for kind of social media, creative content, engagement, is taking on a new role very soon, which she's very excited about doing, and it's lovely to see her in a role that she's truly passionate about. And that goes back to what we talked about getting the right people in the right seats in the business, and then you get the productivity boost from having those roles resourced correctly. So there's loads going on. So we're getting ready to launch I think it's a week on Thursday now, next Thursday, so under 2 weeks to the official launch. So it's exciting times ahead. So overall, I'd say it's an okay or an average week. Huge amounts of potential and positive things that are happening, which are really cool, but until the tangible results come in terms of what income we generate, what revenue we create, new opportunities we unleash, there's loads of things that just need to be monitored to see how they progress. At the moment, we're in a very, very strong position from a pipeline perspective, but until that pipeline starts bearing the fruits of its labour, then I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. So I would rank this week as average, although behind the scenes I'm just a little bit excited about what the future holds. So that's pretty much it for me today. As always, if you've got any questions and stuff, drop me a comment. I will respond to everyone. If it's a bigger topic, I'll do a separate vlog episode and tag you in. Do remember that I try and keep my content associated with helping people overcome the emotions of stress, overwhelm and anxiety by finding their release mechanism through exercise. In my case, run blogging. And if people need help finding their release mechanism, they're feeling overwhelmed in life in general, they're feeling stressed, anxious, then reach out and we'll see if we can get a guide to you. We're looking to create a guide to help people find their release mechanisms, which will hopefully transition into people being a lot more content and happy in their life and being able to move towards whatever success looks like to them. So pretty much it from me today. So as always, please do check out the links in my social profiles where you can keep up to date with the challenge, how we're performing, how much money we're raising, how far we've run, how you can get involved most importantly. It doesn't have to be financially, but financial donations are always welcome. You can get involved and help maybe from a marketing perspective. You can come and help promote, get involved, you come and run with me. There's loads of things you can kind of do to support the challenge. Share my content on socials. Loads of things you can do to kind of get involved in what we're trying to achieve here and be part of the movement of saving children's lives. So that's it for me today. As always, stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow.